Yo, what is going on today, guys? It is VersaaCollectables, and we are back again for another video. I know it has been a very long time since I've said that. I think the last upload was like 4 months ago or something, and I really apologize for that. And we'll get into all of this in this video. So basically, if you saw the title, guys, this is going to be just talking about stuff, updating you guys, stuff about the channel, life, what's going on in the hobby and other stuff. But I'm also just kind of going through and re-sleeving stuff and doing checks for my hero binder, and moving these cards over to this binder, which actually used to be where my cyber dragons are in, but I moved them into the other binder because I thought it fit a little better with just like the colors and everything. And so I'm moving them into here because I also do like the white pages. But so you guys are going to be seeing my collection. First off, I'll say my hero collection is nowhere near complete as like my cyber dragon stuff is, so don't expect anything too crazy. But right now we're going through like the first set of cards on the first page, which is actually going to be the hero collection stuff. So yeah, definitely just sit back, relax, guys, and yeah, I'll just kind of start talking. I made a little list here, and this is actually, I am revoicing over this, not like revoicing, but like the background video that you see I just took like silently. I wasn't talking because I learned my lesson in the last video of trying to talk at the same time, because I get so distracted, and like also I just don't know, like I can't talk and do like that stuff at the same time. It just, my brain doesn't work that way. So just sit back, enjoy the cards. Basically, if you see anything that is being re-sleeved in the strictly sealed sleeves, that means I consider it good for my collection and it's staying in there. But if you see me take anything out and put it back in the sleeve, I took it back in, that just means it's a placeholder. But yeah, so basically, before I get into everything else, these e-hero cards right here, man, like this set here, the element hero collection stuff, they all came straight from the box, actually, from Strictly Sealed's video. You guys should check that out. It was a long time ago, but he opened up one of these. So those came straight from the box. So everything out of here is as clean as they can possibly be. He did a really good job, like ungluing them. Like you can see the little, like where the glue was. And like, I feel like that's just normal for these. So like these are all good to me. I think it's later on, it's like the Sparkman has like, unfortunately, like a lot of print lines that it kind of is annoying, but like I'm not opening a whole other set just to pull a Sparkman. But if any of you guys have a better Sparkman that's like fresh from the box that doesn't have as many print lines, let me know. Okay, but basically, guys, just kind of going in like why I haven't been uploading as much, and simply just to put it, I have actually been taking a huge break from collecting in general, just not even like just Yu-Gi-Oh, like everything. Like I really put a halt on just kind of everything that I'm doing. And what it really boils down to is just kind of connected to a lot of other stuff. But honestly, just life stuff, man. Like I've been so busy with other stuff, and a lot of stuff has changed recently in my life. So first off, like I'm still working a lot. But I also am not at the same time, because like I've kind of decreased the amount of time that I have been working, because I just have other life stuff that's came up that like I need to get. Oh my god, I can't talk. This is why I can't do these type of videos. But basically, like I'm still working, but it isn't I'm not working as much as I used to, just because there's other things I have to take priority of, which one, like for my college, I basically have to get like an internship to go work another job. So basically I'm working two jobs, but like I'm not getting paid at the internship, and it's just for like my school to get like practice hours in, basically. So two jobs, but technically one doesn't pay me, but I still have to take away time for the one that does pay me so I can do the second one. So that's already a mess. So that already leaves me just not having as much money before to like put into stuff and like buying stuff. So that's one of the other biggest reasons. One of the other reasons is honestly, like I just felt like I was spending too much money on cards. Like I think the most recent purchase, like big purchase I did, was that whole dual terminal preview set, and like that was my most expensive purchase to date for that whole set. And like I spent a lot of money, and I was like, okay, I might need to take a step back, which I think is fine. Like I think there's some people who don't ever like take a step back, and I mean obviously situations, it just depends on your situation. Like you're loaded with money or whatever, everything's going good, there's no reason to like take a break and stop, but like for some people, or like me, because I'm not rich, believe it or not. Like if I was rich, I'd be like everybody going to Pokemon, right? I'd be going to make my big stonks, am I right? But basically I just had to step back, and so I was like, let's just take a break. Like I pretty much have a lot of the stuff that I really want for my collection. Like of course there's other little things or things I could spend money on here and there, but most of the stuff I really want is like hard to come by. So it's better for me just to wait anyways and be patient. So basically, just combining everything with not working as much, but having a second job that doesn't pay me. So I have to spend more time there. Still a full time student as well, which is part of that whole second job. But then another thing, guys, and a lot of you guys kind of know, or like if you're close or we talk, but for a lot of you know, like I'm fluent in Japanese. And so, but I'm also still take classes throughout the week just to like keep my Japanese in shape because first, where I live, Japanese people don't exist. So like I literally like have to find different ways to like talk to people or do anything with it, whether it's like games or like going out and meeting people or like whatever. So, but the classes that I take, I usually take about 3 or 4 times a week. And so it's usually like $100, $200 a week that I spend for those classes to have someone to talk to. And like I'm always still learning too. Like I say I'm fluent and I know I am, but like I'm not the fluent. Like I want to be more than what people consider fluent, if that makes sense. Like I just saw my head. I didn't realize I peeked over like that. If you guys see me peek over anytime in the video, it's because I'm checking the condition myself, like not through my PC, like not on OBS. So like if you see any, I'm just double checking because while I'm resleeving these, I'm also doing checks myself to be like, okay, this is good for the collection. Like I'm gonna keep this. But yeah, so basically that's another reason why I just haven't been able to buy as many cards is because a lot of the money that I am using goes towards those classes, which, like I said, is about $200 a week. So like, imagine just not using that $200 a week, and if I did put it towards cards, like that's quite a bit of money. Yeah, but literally more than these collection goals, like I love Japanese more than anything. Like if there's anything in my entire childhood or up to now where I was like, everybody has a thing like, oh, I want to be like a chef, I want to be this, but they end up quitting or like it doesn't work out. But like, dude, like, I've had all those. Like when I was a kid, maybe I want to be like pro at basketball, like a sport or something, or I want to do this, I want to do this. But like my true goal, and I know in life, is to like fully master Japanese and move to Japan, basically move back to Japan. Because some of you guys may or may not know, but I did live there for quite a little bit. But so I want to move back there, get a job, and basically to start my life there, which this kind of ties into collecting is, eventually when I want to move to Japan and get a job, like it's not easy as a foreigner to get over there and like stay over there with a consistent job unless you have just, I don't know, crazy credentials. I don't know, whatever you're looking for. But I basically am just trying to save up so I can eventually afford a place to buy out there because it's way easier to get a job if you already have like a situated living space there. Because one of the reasons why like a lot of Japanese companies or wherever you want to apply for don't hire you as a foreigner, besides if you can't speak Japanese or like whatever for the job, is they just don't want to send you a visa or pay for housing unless you're see the thing is for me is I'm not okay just going anywhere. Like I'm not okay just going anywhere in Japan, especially because for a lot of you guys don't know, like there is a lot of dialects in Japanese, like depending on what area you're in. Like being in Tokyo and like going to like Osaka, like the Japanese is totally different. It's not universal. Japanese is not universal, like depending what area. It is to an extent, but there is their own dialects that are extremely different. It's not like in America, like we don't really have a dialect difference. Like you literally can go anywhere in the country and everything's going to come across. We might say a word different or like something like that depending on where you're from, but it's not like Japanese. So basically, how this is tying in is I just want to save for a place, and so that means less cards. So that's kind of like some of the biggest reasons that I haven't been able to really put a lot more into the collection. And I really want to get some of these collections done, but I just kind of have to step back and be like, okay, like this is more important right now, or whatever the case. But that doesn't mean I'm not buying and like looking at things, because I actually do have some purchases lined up, some pretty nice ones, and like they're cool things that I've been looking for. And so like if it's something like really rare or something I've been looking for a long time and I know I'm not going to see it again, I'm going to pick it up. Like I'll make an exception, but just like anything else that I'm kind of going for, if it's not something like immediate or something worthwhile, I'm not going to do it. One of the biggest things too is like I love buying Japanese stuff, and I don't have like crazy connections in Japan. So like I basically just use Bai, with which is like what a lot of people do. But those tariffs, man, like it's kind of funny because I feel like nobody's really talking about them anymore, but it really does affect it, especially for like some of the things that I buy because it's not always like crazy value. It's like $20 here, maybe like 100 here, maybe like 50 here. But then when you get hit with like a $200 shipping, it just like doesn't make it worth it. So that also hurts because like all the Japanese stuff I want to buy, I just currently am not buying. This is also a really nice Stratos. I remember this was packed by my boy Casual Yugi Stuff, Jamie. Make sure you go follow him. He packed it for me in like an OTS like box opening. It was like one of the first openings that I ever participated in, like ever in like the Yu-Gi-Oh space. And I ended up pulling that card, which pretty awesome. Look at that stamp too. Look at that ulti stamp right there. That thing, you can literally see the whole card. That's insane. But yeah, that's kind of the main reasons. Also, that is a Euro print, by the way, so it does kind of have some of that whitening on there, but the rest of the card is clean, so I can't complain. Nice Euro Stratos. I don't have, unfortunately, any of the other crazy prints, but honestly, I think Ultimate Rare Print is the best print of that card. I don't care about like I will collect like the Starlights and stuff, so I do think it's cool to an extent, and like all the other stuff, but that's really I think that's the best printing in Stratos right there, hands down. God, what else do I have on this list? Basically, guys, yeah, this video is very long and I'm not sure, like, I have to break it up into parts, but there are a lot of hero cards, guys, like a lot of hero cards. And it just makes this collection so much more ambiguous to complete. You know, this is going to take me years longer than Cyber Dragons already have. You know, I'm up for the challenge. It's just, yeah, there's just so many heroes, but I have to limit myself and be like, okay, like, I don't need this hero. Like, it's not that important, or I don't need this, or like, you know, they already have this printing. Cause like for me, I would want to collect everything, but then it's just a never ending cycle. And like, there's no point in having a goal you can't complete, no matter how big it is. Like, you got to make it like somewhat realistic. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so a lot of hero cards. We make it pretty far into the binder, but yeah, like I said, there's just there's so many heroes to collect. Yeah, you can see me trying to like look at like take off some stuff. I don't think this card made it because it had that little scratch there at the bottom right, I believe. So I think I'm pretty sure I put it back in the yeah, put it back in the other sleeve. It was close. You guys can kind of see how strict I am here, just looking at everything, but I'll even double check these again on my own time, just in case. But everything pretty much checks out. Oh yeah, and so if the pieces of paper, basically, because there's so many heroes and like I don't want to forget where it goes where. I mean I've had these written down for years now, and so like I just put them in the binder just so I know like, oh, okay, that's the next one I have to get, so I don't forget. Because yeah, it's too easy. It's too easy to forget. There's too many printings, man. So if you see me sliding pieces of paper in there, then my terrible handwriting, if any of you guys can read any of that, like props to you because I can barely remember what I write sometimes. I have to stare at it. But yeah, that's pretty much the main things with my life, guys. Like just kind of everything I'm doing, just school, two jobs, one that doesn't pay, the other one that I have to kind of not work as much because to do for the other one. Just focusing more on Japanese and other stuff, and so just kind of putting collections on the side. But like I said, still always trying to collect stuff when I can. Ooh, what card was that? Oh, that's the that's the alt art. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure I pulled that one myself, but not a crazy card. Oh gosh, where can we go from here? All right, so it's basically the life stuff. All right, let's talk about let's talk about Pokemon right now here. I know it's like a Yu-Gi-Oh channel, but like I'm just kind of comparing it with Yu-Gi-Oh right now, guys. Like it's Pokemon is ridiculous, man. Like holy, like I don't even know what to say, man. Like I know. So basically, this whole point of me talking about this is like I still keep up with Yu-Gi-Oh, and like I'll check on my Instagram, I'll check at other stuff, I'll be watching other people's videos when I can, and it's just crazy, like that like Pokemon is doing what it's doing right now, and it's kind of boiling over to Yu-Gi-Oh a little bit. You know, I see like things on Instagram of like new sales that happen for the week or big cars or anything. I think the latest thing I saw was like a PSA 10 Air Neo sold for like 11 grand, which that is ridiculous. Like I know it's Air Neos, but it's kind of crazy seeing like some of these prices. Like I'm not saying that's like anything crazy or like I'm upset or anything. Like I have my own copies, you know. It's like and I wouldn't care for PSA 10, but it's crazy seeing Yu-Gi-Oh kind of start to go up a little bit, but it's just because Pokemon is just so big that it's like it can't even hold its own self, so it's got to like spread to somewhere else. So people are like Yu-Gi-Oh's kind of feeling it. But Pokemon, man, it's just crazy. Like I have a buddy of mine who legit is like trying to collect Pokemon stuff. And anytime we hop in Discord, it's like he always has something to complain about. And it's just because it's like, bro, I couldn't get this, or like I had to wake up early to get this, or scalpers or anything. And it's like, dude, it's just insane. And it's like I really do like think to myself, I'm like, would this be good for Yu-Gi-Oh? Like, is it a good or a bad thing that Yu-Gi-Oh is still the way it is? In my head, there's many times I wish it was like Pokemon, but then I also sit back and think as well, and I'm like, maybe it's not a good thing. Like I don't know. Like it's tough to really think about because it's I don't know. It's just tough because there's so many good and bad points, and it really just depends on your preference. Because at the end of the day, Pokemon's always going to outperform Yu-Gi-Oh no matter what. Like it's just a fact. Like to the point where like I do be going on Instagram sometimes and I see people and they're like, "Hey," or like they're not like, "Hey," but they make a post and they're like, "Well, I finally decided to try collecting Pokemon," and they like buy this card. And I'm like, "Dang, we lost another brother. We lost one. We lost one to the war." It's crazy. Like it's actually seeing people shift over because at the end of the day, as much as you like collecting, money's always going to be a factor, and it's just that's literally just how the world works. Like no matter what, like I mean, that's why money makes the world go around for real. So it's like it it's gonna happen where people just want to go for the money, but at the end of the day, the real collectors are gonna stay collecting what they want. And whether you go to Pokemon, whether you stay with Yu-Gi-Oh, it's really just up to you. But yeah, it's just kind of crazy to look at because some card, like in general, and I think a lot of people know this, is like if you really look at Pokemon, none of the cards are rare at all. None of them. Like they're all just set cards. Nothing different from Yu-Gi-Oh, except for the fact that the only thing that makes Yu-Gi-Oh cards expensive is their playability, non-Pokemon. But everything is a set card, pretty much is expensive, except if you go way back in the day to tournament cards or like I don't know, things like the Pokemon Snap cards or like just anything like that. Like most cards from Pokemon are not that expensive or they're super expensive, but they're all set cards. And then you look at Yu-Gi-Oh set cards that are even rare to pull, don't come out of the boxes in good condition because while Pokemon does have their flaws with their printing process, it's not as bad as Yu-Gi-Oh. You are more likely to pull whatever card you want from a Pokemon box and have it be in good shape to just send off to grade if you want to, and not Yu-Gi-Oh. Like it's 100%. So also, by the way, if you see me here like counting spaces, it's so I can make sure that the order's right and I'm not messing anything up. Yeah, this page, I'll say now. So like, yeah, there's a lot of blank spots for sure. But how I kind of have the binder organized is I started off with eHero collection, and then we start right off from like the manga cards. So I basically went the eHero collection, which those are in the manga anyways. So basically just goes manga to the anime cards. So first we go through a lot of these. I ran out of sleeves before we made it to a lot of the anime stuff. Actually, no, we just touched the anime stuff in this video, but I do plan on making these into separate parts if I didn't say that. So once I get more sleeves, because I ran out of them, that was the main issue. Plus, the video was already like an hour long when I recorded it. We'll be able to make some more of these and I can kind of talk about stuff. But yeah, if we go back to talking about Pokemon, it's just crazy because Pokemon's just booming and Yu-Gi-Oh's kind of seeing it, but it's also not. And it's kind of going back to the original topic. I know I'm all over the place, guys, but I would be way more all over the place if I wasn't doing this like off of here. Oh yeah, so right here, guys, actually in this video, and we'll get back to everything, I do bring out like my microfiber cloth and I do try and clean some stuff during this video, and you'll see I actually have like a whole cleaning process. So I'll actually skip here in just a second to when I get back. I'm gonna actually just skip it here. Yeah, so like right about here, I actually get my microfiber cloth. So if you guys do ever want to like try and clean your cards, this is kind of how I do it. I just have a really like, not expensive microfiber cloth. All you do is take that, dip it in some like lukewarm water, like not super hot, and I just kind of like wring it out on the side of the cup, and then I just kind of wipe away. It doesn't get rid of everything, obviously, but it does do its job. And like, I'm not some guy who's going like Kurt's card care and literally just altering the entire card. But like, if it can come off with natural water, you know what I mean? Then I feel like it's fine to remove it. It's like a fingerprint or some kind of thing like that. But yeah, it's definitely not like I'm just freaking dumping Kurt's car care on there like it's a freaking thing of ribs and hot sauce, dude. Like, I can't stand that, dude. I'm sorry if any of you guys use Kurt's card care for anything, just unsubscribe. Just unsubscribe, please. Like, that's crazy, and that's like a Pokemon move right there, bro. That's a straight up bro money. Like, just want to get the max dollar out of your shit fucking childhood cards, bro, and just using Kurt's cards care and like all that stuff. Um, but yeah, Pokemon, if we're going back to everything in Yu-Gi-Oh, I think, in my honest opinion, I think I'm okay with where Yu-Gi-Oh's at in the sense that it's never gonna be as big as Pokemon, and I don't think I ever want it to be. I think before I'm always would just be like, bro, if Yu-Gi-Oh just stopped doing reprints or modern or anything, I think, if it changes, that's crazy. Like, I don't think anybody would be expecting that from Konami, but I think Yu-Gi-Oh is honestly where it's at. And the best comparison that I can make for like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon at this point is like Pokemon is like listening to like radio music, like just the average Joe who hops in their car and turns on the radio like while they're driving to work. Like, it's just shit that anybody can enjoy and anybody goes in and can like do anything with it, or like, you know what I mean, like enjoy it. And that's just how I think with Pokemon. It's like you don't even have to be a real Pokemon fan, and you just have all these randoms just going into the hobby again, and just they see the money and they're just going in and they don't really care. So that's kind of how I see it. And then Yu-Gi-Oh is literally like listening to like your favorite SoundCloud rapper. like like the SoundCloud rapper is probably might have more like talent, like musical talent, than anything that's on the radio, but they're just never gonna blow up. Like, that's literally just how it is, and that's literally what Yu-Gi-Oh is. It's just a SoundCloud rapper. We have way rarer cards, way rarer sealed products. Just grading stuff in general is way harder. Yet it just prices don't reflect it. It's literally like comparing your SoundCloud rapper music to like Katy Perry or something, dude. Like, just on the radio, like no matter what happens, Katy Perry's gonna sell out, even if it's the same bullshit every time, same type of song, whatever. Pokemon's just rinse and repeating right now in a way that they're just blowing up. Like, I think the most recent thing I saw from Pokemon, and I'm recording this on the 10th of August, is the stinking McDonald's Pokemon packs in Japan, which is crazy because to me, just as someone who's like lived there, the whole fact of like, okay, so first off, like the people are just trying to resell this Pikachu promo, whatever this pack is for McDonald's for outrageous prices. And it's just crazy that it's even like affecting Japan. Cause like, if most of you guys don't know about Japan, it's like people fucking follow the rules there. Like, most people do. Like, there's really no acceptance for like following the rules or anything. Like, if you ever ask a Japanese person what they envy about America, it's freedom, which I'm literally doing air quotes right now. You know what I mean? Freedom. But literally, like, they follow the rules, bro. They don't do weird shit like that. And the fact that I'm seeing like even Japanese people, bro, like storm the McDonald's and like buying all this food and just not even eating it and like throwing it out on the streets, which that's like that's like in the 10 commandments of the Bible over there, dude. Like, people don't litter really, and like all this shit. And that's what it's come to. The fact that like even them are like going crazy, dude. It's insane. So it's just, yeah, that's like one of the craziest things for Pokemon right now. I know what was another thing that I saw was stupid. Me and my buddy were talking, we were in Discord, and he was like, bro, I feel bad for any Timmy who wants a Seismitoad collection. And I was like, what do you mean? Because like I don't remember what set it came in, but that Seismitoad, I don't know if it's like a full art or like I don't remember like the Pokemon rarities are so stupid, man. You have like full arts and you have like secret full art, or you have like alternate art, like SSIR, SS whatever, bro. You're literally spitting Nazi freaking names on the cards, dude. Like I don't even know at this point. Like but the Seismitoad is like $200, and it's funny because it's just that one card, and like I think before, if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't even that expensive, but people just pumped it, man. And like Pokemon is just crazy for pumping. On God, like you cannot do that in Yu-Gi-Oh. It would not work unless you're doing something for like the player base, some kind of playable card maybe at the time. But it was just funny to me that like for any Timmy who wanted their Seismitoad Master set, they literally have to pay $200 for a card that shouldn't be $200. Like at least in my opinion, the card is cool. Like it has a cool art, but the fact that it just got pumped that hard to the fact that it went up to $200 is just insane. So yeah, that's kind of on some topics with that. Trying to think of some other big Yu-Gi-Oh stuff that I've seen besides like the Air Neos. I know I've seen some stuff for like LOB kind of hitting some decent prices when it comes to like sealed first edition boxes. I don't know if it's wavy or glossy, but there's stuff like that. Oh yeah, this card right here, guys. Okay, got to start talking about some of these cards because I'm gonna run out of stuff to talk about. But this card I pulled myself in one of my videos where I opened PPO2. So that's why like a lot of these cards are clean. I think it was the Heat like secret, not secret rare, the super rare. I think I need to switch that one out because there's like a pin dot at the bottom. Yeah, I pulled this one myself. Pretty decent condition. It does have some print lines, unfortunately. It has like a little white thing at the top, but still super clean straight out the pack. Like it could be better without the print lines, but when you're going down to Euro print quality, like I don't know, what are your guys' opinions in the comments? Do you guys think Euro print quality or North American print quality is worse? Like I'm kind of curious because to me they're kind of the same. They just have different things that suck about it. Like Euro is always whitening in the corners, like the cards chip, so it's really hard to keep like corners clean on Euro cards. Um, but something with like North American print that I always notice is there's just way more pin dots on stuff than normal. Pin dots, foiling's usually off. Um, Cards do be coming out of the packs with scratches too, which is insane. Some of them are like, I don't know where they would come from. But yeah, they do. Excuse me. Oh god, I'm about to die on camera. Okay, we're doing good. I do feel like they tend to have some of that. Mostly the biggest problem with Euro is the white shipping, but I also feel like Euro does have like a lot of stuff with print lines. But yeah, let me know. I feel like they're both pretty bad, but I feel like you can kind of get away with certain things. Like if it's for me, like for example that Elemental Hero Heat card, I'm fine with the little white spots because you just can't get around it. If you're gonna buy Euro, you just can't get around not having the white spots. It's just you just kind of have to deal with it. But so I would take that on a Euro print, but like on an NA print, I would be less likely to take it because it's not usually prone to that. But like oppositely, if the NA print had maybe not like a pin dot, like maybe like a pin dot somewhere, like as long as it's not like crazy on the front, if it's on the back and it's like just one little spot, like I would be pretty okay with that. And like print lines are kind of whatever. But that's just kind of how I think about it sometimes. This card right here, I'm pretty sure didn't make it in the binder because I could see this little dent, like crease in there. Pretty sure you guys could see it too. I love doing these because I forget sometimes like what my cards are like unless I 100% know for sure. And like it's been so long since I've seen any of these cards. So it's really nice that I'm able to kind of make these videos and talk with you guys. Hopefully you enjoy this. I know I'm rambling a lot, but I hope I'm covering some decent topics. But yeah, it's good for me because I'm able to look over my stuff, and that's why it's nice for me to get these things sleeved up, because then I know once it's in that sleeve, that strictly sealed sleeve, I know it's good and I never have to check it ever again if it's good to me. But if it's not, I know that I need to get a different version of that card. But yeah, that's kind of mostly anything that I really talked about. Yeah, like if we go back to like the pricing and stuff for Yu-Gi-Oh. It's going up. Is it really going to go up and stay? I'm not sure, but I do see that stuff's kind of Yu-Gi-Oh's kind of getting a little bit of attention, but at the end of the day, it's not going to get as much attention as Pokemon, so it's kind of have to deal with that. Uh, I don't know if there's really much. I've kind of went over talking about every reason why I haven't really been uploading as much life stuff. Yu-Gi-Oh versus Pokemon right now. I mean, honestly, I thought I'd be able to talk a little more, but I didn't realize how long this video was, man. Like, I thought I only recorded for like an hour. Maybe we might have to chop it up and save it for another point because I don't think there's like 46 minutes left in this video. I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish all of it, but I can try and think of some other stuff that's kind of happening here. I guess with modern Yu-Gi-Oh, if we want to talk about modern, like obviously I'm not seeing a huge difference with modern. Like I have no desire to really go and collect modern. Yeah, it's just this is like the one part where I wish like we could be more like Pokemon, but I don't think it's gonna change. Nothing really modern is catching my eye at all. Like I literally just like I'll not look at stuff for like a week. I'll come back and I'll be like, oh, there's a new modern set that dropped. All right. I like just don't go back and look. I don't know if there's like anything crazy coming out that you guys know of that is actually gonna be like a cool set. It's just, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all really about playability, like Starlights, or what was it? What was it that everyone was talking about? Because Starlights, no. Okay, so we have 20, like we have the 25th, like the quarter century, but then like Starlights are back or something like that. But it's like I don't know, it's something like they're back. I don't remember what the whole drama of what it was is, but that just shows you how much I'm not really paying attention. But I know like some people were like, why are Starlights back? Or like they need to bring back certain rarities. I think it was my brother, Card Breaker. I was watching one of his videos and he was talking about stuff he fairly recently made his own video just talking about like the state of the market and everything. Um and he was just I don't know why I'm showing the paper for Shadow Mist. I think that's like the only time I do it. I think I just thought it was a card. I think I was working with one brain cell while recording this video. Dang, I really do wish that this card was clean. I I think I'd have to like right now, currently in my collection, I have 3 of the sealed Judai red tins. And I couldn't be asked to open up one of them. Like they're all like super nice to me. But if I was able to find a 4th for a decent price, I think I would open it for this card. Because it's not easy to find. But yeah, you can see it had that little ding on there, so it is not going to be good. So that one's going to stay there. But if we go back to what I was talking about the homie Card Breaker, he was talking about stuff with Yu-Gi-Oh! And just kind of comparing stuff with Pokemon. But I know he was talking about something about Starlights being released back into the sets, and he didn't seem like very happy about it. And he explained it, and I was listening for the most part, but I also just play music or not music, but play the videos in the background while I'm doing stuff. Yes, I know that's kind of not really a big thing for Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. Oh god, what else is there? That's just kind of been kind of missing the mark. Oh yeah, it's crazy seeing the difference in box prices. Like he also showed it in his video. It's crazy that you can literally go and buy pretty much any Yu-Gi-Oh set in the past like year or two, and like almost every box is like under 50. Like I would say like under $60. A majority of them being even lower than that. Like that's crazy, because if you go and look at any Pokemon box, and like sometimes I go out with my buddy and like we'll go like early morning and he'll go and like pick up product, and that's crazy. It's like for Yu-Gi-Oh, bro, you could probably like you could show up like a month after release and probably still get it for the same price, if not cheaper. But Pokemon, it's like if you don't snatch it then and there, dude, it's going up, at least at the moment. But I would go out with him and like get product, and it's just crazy the difference, bro, of just seeing Pokemon just do as well as it is in the terms of box prices. Like anything that you want from Yu-Gi-Oh, you can literally just go and buy for like 40, 50, $60. But like anything from Pokemon, like you're like I would say like the average person is spending their like weekly paycheck just to get like 1 or 2 maybe like at the most, like for any kind of box, which is just insane. Oh man, it's a crazy world we live in, guys, when it comes to collecting, man. Like it is just crazy just seeing the two different sides of everything because yeah, it really is. It's just like two whole different worlds being in like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, which is nice if you do like collecting both. But yeah, it's a whole different ballpark, man. Always crazy to think about. Yeah, we got Terra Firma right here. I think this was this was the Japanese premium pack version, which made it. I think I picked that up in Japan, if I'm not mistaken. No, I think I bought off somebody off Instagram. I definitely need to open up some of those premium packs from Japan because I do need a lot of the secret rares in there. But as you can see in the binder, guys, there's a lot of there's a lot of pieces of paper. But we're just hitting the fusion side of like the manga heroes, which, by the way, Terra Firma to me is it's tough. To me, he's Judai's ace monster. He's Jaden's ace monster, and it's just because the mangas, guys. The manga. Okay, first off, the GX anime, man. Like, if you're watching it in English, you're not even watching GX. Like, it is literally only good for the memes, and I will say it has some quality memes if you want to watch it. But if you really want to watch GX, you gotta watch the Japanese version. But if you also really want the true everything of GX, you gotta read the manga. Like it's just so much better. Completely different story, by the way. I know I always say this in my videos, but like please read it. Like it'll give you a whole different perspective on GX as like a series. And also like it does my boy Kaiser more justice. Like he I will say like he doesn't go all evil and whatever like he does in anime. Like that's I mean the GX anime and the manga are just totally different. They don't even have a similar plot, so it's hard to say like one's canon and one's not. But if you're somebody who thinks the manga is canon, like it's then basically like him going all evil and stuff doesn't actually like it's not canon. It doesn't happen, and it's he's way cooler. So definitely check it out if you guys haven't. But I need to get some more of those cards. Is what I'm saying. I need to get some of the ones that are in the premium pack ones, and then just like how the English mangas have certain promos in there. I need to get some of the ones in Japanese too because they are. I think they're the same. I think they're the exact same promos, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we're kind of getting into the fusion hero side of the manga heroes, and I don't have like a whole bunch of them, so there's not a whole lot to look at. But like this guy right here, I'm pretty sure I pulled myself. Yeah, pretty much any of these from that opening I pulled myself, and I just kept all the duplicates. Let's see. I think this one had like some weird line on it. Yeah, it has like a weird line, but there's nothing you can do about it. I don't know if I tried to get it off with the microfiber cloth, but I mean it's nothing crazy, and like I could always swap it out with a different copy that I have. But yeah, we're kind of getting near a lot of the stuff I want to talk about unless I can think something off the top of my head. I would like to get to the end of this video because then it would be much easier to cut the parts. But if I can't, if I can't go on talking anymore, I'll maybe I'll just throw some music up and you guys can kind of watch the rest if you want. But I feel like that'd be kind of boring. I feel like you kind of want to hear me in this video is already probably gonna. I don't know. Am I gonna put music in this? You guys are just hearing like the inner thoughts in my head now. I hope you guys enjoy this because I do like just kind of sitting here talking, but I for real just will go anywhere unless we have like something really specific to talk about. But like I said, this video took me like an hour to film, like over an hour, because as you can see, like I'm being really detailed and I want to show you guys like how much I care about these collections and like how in depth I really look at every card. Like here, like I probably would say I looked in depth like 85%. Like I wasn't going like super crazy, like having my magnifying glass like freaking like having like a monocle on, bro, and like looking at this thing through like a freaking like scientific like using like a microscope. But I just want to show you guys like how much I care about the quality of my cards. And you also can kind of see like, I strive for perfection, but as I said earlier, Yu-Gi-Oh's print quality, unless it's the Japanese card, is usually really shit. So I usually kind of let some things slide on certain prints. It's like NA or EU, but I really just want to show you guys how much I care and like how much I really look for this stuff because I just like it goes back to the whole like if we go back to talking about Pokemon, it's like, dude, if it's Pokemon, bro, if it's not in a slab or like everyone just slabs everything, bro, and it's just I mean there are a lot of raw collectors and I do know quite a few, but it's just not the same. Like I feel like there's just not as many true collectors out there right now, and it's like hopefully saying this, you guys see me and you're like, hey, like I don't care if the card is $2,000 or it's 50 cents. If it has a mark on it I don't like or a scratch or something, like I don't want it. Like I strive for perfection, even though like I gotta let some flaws kind of slide because then it'll just get to the point where I don't collect anything, especially like I said, because Yu-Gi-Oh's print quality is so bad. But yeah, so we kind of did a little cleaning there. I wasn't able to get it off, but it was like a little mark, like just like a factory thing. Like it wasn't like a dent or anything. So I'm not gonna like be too picky about that. But you guys can kind of see how the collection's going, what I have, what's not good, what is good. Yeah, like I said in the beginning of the video, there's just so many heroes. I would say right now, if I could like with my Cyber Dragon collection, I'm about 80% done. Like it's so close, guys. Like I'm literally at the finish line. All I really need is some Asian English cards, which at that point, like most of them are clean in general, but the problem is a lot of people have those slabbed and there's not a lot of raw ones unless I go to Japan. Like that's one of the reasons too I haven't been picking up a lot of things is some of these cards that I want, like it's so much better to just see them in person. Like especially because I'm so picky. I really can't get like no matter how many pictures you send me, like it's so hard it's so hard for me to like not say like I'm good, I'll pass. Like this is probably something I'm not gonna like on the card. Like the only people I can buy from at this point are people I have done business with in the past that truly know me as like a collector and like what I'm looking for. And they'll straight up before like I'll say like, hey, like can I see pictures of this? Or like maybe they showed a video, like can I have more of the like they'll just straight up tell me like, nah, bro, I don't think this card's for you. Like it's I already know what you're looking for and it's not it. Like that those are the only people I can buy from right now, which is kind of leads into another thing too with me on just buying cards is like, you know, I guess that's kind of a good or a bad thing. But at this point, like I literally just can't go on Instagram and like go on these like claim sale pages, which has nothing to do with them. Like I'm not like disrespecting like there's so many like good people who do claim sales and have like pages where they sell, but like I legit just can't go on to any of those pages and buy anything because most people I would say sell light play stuff and I just don't want to buy the light play stuff, but then also like I don't want to hound people for like pictures of other stuff for a card that I know is probably not going to fit my collection. So it kind of limits what I can buy. Like I'll only wait till certain people hit me up like, "Hey bro, I have this like pack fresh," or like, "I know you're going to like this." And like that's kind of just where I'm at this point. Basically just a waiting game. Um yeah, the collection's growing a little, it's growing a little bit, but like I said, just with taking a break and everything, it isn't going as fast. But if I'm leading into what I was talking about earlier with the Cyber Dragon stuff, just collection wise, that's about 80% done. It's really just waiting on my opportunity to get some of these Asian English cards. And there's just like a very few small niche cards that I just can't find in good condition because they're just so niche and nobody cares about them. And they're not that expensive that it's just kind of hard to find. So it kind of works with me taking a break because once those cards show up, I'm just being patient. I'll pick them up. But what I'm going into is with the hero collection. This thing is probably like 30%, probably 30% max, and that's literally just due to the fact that there's just so many cards to collect, so many more heroes compared to Cyber Dragons, and also just in general, there's a lot more expensive cards because you know there's some expensive cyber cards, but there's just not many. But like almost every hero card is expensive, so it's really hard to get around. I've actually been selling some of the cards from this collection. Like I think if any of you guys follow me on Instagram, yes, this is kind of spoilers when we get to the later parts, like in the video. It's not in this video, but if I make a part 2, once I get more sleeves to start re-sleeving stuff, like I think I sold my Euro Ulti Tempest and Wild Edgeman because they honestly were not up to my standards. I think I bought them at the time, kind of rushing, and I was like, okay, I need to get these in my collection because for whatever reason, and I just kind of like they were clean, like they were clean, but not my clean, like not for me, and it just didn't feel right holding on to it. Like I think that's where it comes to as a collector, man. It's like, oh god, that literally, bro, guys, I'm so sorry. Please let me know if you like these videos because if you don't want to hear me ramble, I won't, okay? Because I literally cannot keep on a single topic, even though I wrote it down. But I'm literally going to go back to what I was trying to say earlier. I just keep going off. Hopefully, you're just at least enjoying the cards and have good background. I don't know. Maybe my voice is kind of annoying. I don't know. You don't want to hear me talk. But what I was talking about earlier with Pokemon is like, everybody has everything slabbed, and it's like most people, I don't know, like I know more binder collectors in Yu-Gi-Oh than I do in Pokemon, and obviously it's for the reason that it's like Pokemon's just more like you can liquidate it so much easier. You can trade it, sell it way more easier, especially if it's in a slab. Like it's kind of the same with Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's not. But it's just the fact that like, most of these people, they only want slabs, and it's like, there's some true collectors out there who, they collect slabs and that's their thing, and I respect it. But it's like I think at the end of the day, for me, it's like at home is just binder collecting, and you don't see much of that with Pokemon. You see just everybody, like if it's not PSA 10, they don't want it, or it's like unless it's like a really crazy card, they'll go with a 9. But I just feel like, to me, I would rather have a full stacked binder of like pack fresh to like near mint plus cards in Yu-Gi-Oh than having like a PSA 10, like, or whatever, ARS 10, PSA 10, Beckett 10, whatever, CGC, I don't care. Like having all of those, like I think that's like the beauty with collecting Yu-Gi-Oh is it's just you really care about the stuff, and that's kind of what I was talking about earlier is like you guys seeing these cards and how much I really care for them and the conditions and having this all organized in like a binder and everything. And it's like at the end of the day, like they're like a majority of these cards, like you can literally like dig in the bottom of your couch and you can find enough change to buy them all. Like some of them are expensive, but not all of them. But I feel like you just don't see that with Pokemon. Like you really like it's way easier to tell like a genuine collector in Yu-Gi-Oh by what they do than it is Pokemon, especially at this point, because it's just the hobby is so infested with people who generally don't care. So that's kind of another topic there. I am slowly losing my voice. I actually just got back from hanging out with some coworkers, and we were playing like Rock Band, and it was actually a pretty good time. I suck at the game, but I'm kind of dead. But I wanted to record this because I actually have time, which I guess that's another thing I could talk about. Is just recording has just been so hard, especially with like my living conditions, which it's not like I have like bad living conditions, but I had 2 other people I was living with, but one of them actually just moved out. But all of our setups were like right next to each other, so it's like if I wanted to record like a video and not have anybody around, or like it be quiet, like the time was so limited, and sometimes I'm just like I'm too tired or like I don't want to do this right now. But one of them actually moved out, so time could be a little bit better to make stuff. But I generally will say from like going forward, guys, just right now, as like a PSA, no pun intended, just I wouldn't be super like expecting like a high quantity of videos. Like I said, just with everything going on, like I'm surprised I had enough time to even make this part. But I also really wanted to get this collection sleeved up as best as I could. Probably still have like another 27 minutes of cards to go through. Oh my gosh, I don't think I can talk for another 27 minutes, but I can kind of show you guys at least like another part. We'll see. Maybe I can talk enough, but if not, I will just like kind of like put some music on and you guys can see the rest, and I'll make like a little outro and we'll kind of speed a little things up. Like a lot of these cards aren't crazy, as you can see. Um, but yeah, so basically one of them moved out, so I might have a better opportunity to record some stuff. We'll see. But like I said, I'm not like buying a whole lot and doing stuff. But let me know if you guys want to see some kind of video. Like, I don't know, it's tough because everybody who like is not always like open A ripping stuff, they play like Master Duel or like other games that's at least related to Yu-Gi-Oh! But I could literally care less about playing Master Duel. Like I made my Cyber Dragon deck. You know, I got my Infinity. I knew my combos, and like I would have a good time. But I don't know. Playing Yu-Gi-Oh and collecting Yu-Gi-Oh is so different. I can't play Yu-Gi-Oh. Like it just kills me, dude. It kills my brain. But I will stay collecting. That's for sure. That's actually a pretty cool card. We got Mass Hero Vapor. I'm pretty sure I picked up this one in Japan from some shop. Oh, excuse me. I can't remember the name, but it was actually quite surprising to find it like in a pack fresh condition, which the card isn't expensive anyways, but it was just kind of cool to see. I guess we're kind of nearing the end. Oh no, I can't remember. Are we nearing the end of the Masked Heroes? I think we are. I think we're kind of getting through there. What am I trying to grab right now? It's kind of funny actually seeing what I'm grabbing. Okay, I'm just grabbing more paper. Yeah, there's a heck of a lot of paper and stuff to go through. I guess I can kind of commentate some stuff here. Scurry Dow right here. I'm pretty sure I had like the first copy I had, it had like this huge gash line on the artwork, and I was like, obviously that was a no go. So I'm pretty sure this card was clean enough for the binder, and I was happy to at least add it in there. But yeah, just a lot of obscure hero cards. Oh yeah, there's another thing is like some of the modern stuff that has came out has actually like made this binder gonna be harder to complete because they keep dropping like what is that? I forget what heroes they dropped. Was it in quarter century or like some kind of high rarity type thing? And now I'm like, okay, well now I'm gonna have to collect those. But I know there's some cards from the manga that got their first print, and one of them is a masked hero, so I'm gonna have to get that. But as you guys can see here, I'm using the microfiber cloth. I know it's not like the best quality to look at it, but it does work. I'm pretty sure on this card there was just like some dust or like something on there, and you guys can see like right there, that's just the water. Like it'll evaporate away, but I'm pretty sure I rubbed off all of that dust, or like it was like a fingerprint. Like the microfiber cloth comes in really clutch for those type of things. Like obviously you're not going to get rid of scratches or like anything like that, but little things like that, it works wonders. And like I said, if it's removable by water, it's good in my opinion, but I'm not throwing like any crazy substance on there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments too, along with what do you think has worse print quality, the European cards or the NA print? But are you for like things like Kurt's Cards Care? I'm not probably even saying that. It's Kurt's Card Care. Probably. I probably said it wrong the whole time, but I can barely talk as it is. So, but are you guys for it, or are you not for it in the hobby? I already said my opinion, but I also want to hear your guys's because personally for me, I would hate to know that like a card that I paid a lot of money for, or like something I've been looking forever, and it's been altered in a way like that. It just is a no go for me. And like I've seen some crazy accidents with that stuff. Like I think it was in one of Strictly Sealed's like posts in like his Discord server. I think it was him himself. I don't know if it was Kurt's Card Care or like he was using something, but he was cleaning one of his Dark Magician girls or something like that, like MFC first edition, and he was using. I don't think it was Kurtz. Or it was something else, but he rubbed it like way too hard, and he literally rubbed off the name or like something, some part of the card, and he just was like, he was like, "Hey, by the way, guys, like, don't rub this hard or like whatever, because this will happen," and like that would just freak me out because I am already like scared enough to even use like the microfiber cloth, even though I know it's safe because yeah, it's just I don't want to damage anything, and so yeah, that stuff can I see the appeal. But at the same time, it's like I want it to be like a naturally clean card without any kind of, to me it's altering. I consider altering, but yeah, that's why I kind of want to hear your guys' opinions. If you made it this far, by the way, if you guys made it this far in the video, I appreciate it. I want to try and make it the whole way. I got like 20 minutes. It's literally 12 a.m. right now where I'm in, where I'm at, and I got nothing else to do. If I can make it through, because at the very end, like the best card that I probably have in the binder right now, I wanted to like show you guys and have it sleeved, and I really wanted it to be like the full video and not like skipped or anything. But yeah, let me know your guys' opinions down there. I guess I can just kind of talk about like the future of collecting for me at this point. While I'm still on this kind of like hiatus break, even though I'm on this break, like I'm still really passionate about collecting. Like none of the reason why like you guys haven't seen any videos recently has nothing to do with me losing interest at all, or like being the people I talked about earlier, like, oh, I'm gonna go ditch this for Pokemon. Like I want to go make my money. I want to like be a scalper. Like, no, it's not that at all. It really is just a combination of stuff, priorities, but at the end still like I still really want to finish these goals. Like I want to be the king of GX for real. And like I want to like have these crazy binders and like cool cards that I love and that other people would like to see, and like I want to keep growing my sealed collection as best as I can. But at the moment, just with everything that's kind of happening, it's taking a little slowdown. But don't you guys worry. It's like once I can kind of get everything situated and it's back in like a better flow, I definitely want to keep working on this stuff. I want to get this Cyber Dragon binder done, guys, because one, I've been working on it for so long and it's a freaking masterpiece. Like this thing will literally be the best thing this will be the best binder in existence. Like 100%. Like in terms of like Yu-Gi-Oh! And like at least the quality of cards that I've collected. Like at least in my opinion, I would hope to think so. Like I know some people with crazy binder collections, but I think I've gone like to an extreme for sure. But I want to get that done because I also just want to start working on heroes to be kind of like a new breath of fresh air. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's been a little boring just collecting Cyber Dragons, and it's funny because everybody like I don't. It's not like tooting my own horn or like boasting or anything, but everybody talks to me like I'm the Cyber Dragon guy, which to an extent, yes, but it's like I just love GX as a whole. It's just Cybers are my favorite. So that's why I kind of like give them a little more love. But it's funny because it's like I don't like some people see me as just a Cyber Dragon guy, and I'm like, technically no. It's like I like collecting all of GX. Like my goal is to have a whole GX theme just done. Basically, like every main character from the show, and like main character can be debatable because there's just so many characters in there. Also, by the way, guys, I never understood why this card was so orange. Like some cards like this, like with Japanese print, they are just that orange. But this Avian's a really clean copy. It's from the premium pack, which I need to open more of. But yeah, I just I want to collect all of GX, and so it's people are always like, bro, you gonna buy this Cyber Dragon thing or like this, and I'm like, nah, bro, like that's out of my like goal. It's like out of my scope of collecting. It's like I can't collect every cyber I can't collect every Cyber Dragon thing because then I'll have no time to collect the other stuff that I want, like heroes. Like to me, the main three, like let's say I had to quit collecting Yu-Gi-Oh, but before I quit, I had the opportunity to collect like 3 main sections, like out of like all the archetypes I want to collect. Basically, like if I could only choose 3, and after 3 I had to be done collecting, it would be Cybers, like E-Heroes, Mass Heroes, like the whole like Judai complete, like everything he used. So that includes like E-Heroes, Mass Heroes, and like the Karibo stuff, like that, and then Crystal Beasts. That's like my main 3 goals. Like if I can just collect those 3 and have those done, like I would be set. Like all the other stuff, like is whatever. Like honestly, if it ever came to that point, like I would just do that. Like I would just only collect that and just be done. But I would probably go a little further than that. This card right here, hold on, I can't remember which one it is because I was not paying attention looking at the video. It's like, okay, yeah, so this is the this card's actually pretty cool. If you guys don't know, this is a dual disc promo that only came out in Japan. They made 4 GX dual discs in Japan, while America only got one, and it didn't even have promos in it. But this is actually a pretty expensive card because it only comes in the dual disc. And so basically, this is the Altar Avian, which we got in LCGX as a secret rare. So while we got the better rarity in America, or just in English, this card honestly is just more rare because it's tied to a sealed product that a lot of people don't have anymore. I actually am fortunate enough to have the sealed dual disc with this, but this card's actually hard to find. I did pick this up in Japan. It was just sealed in the little plastic, and these cards are not protected at all. Like, you would think they'd be more protected to like a Japanese standpoint, but they're really not. I think the only flaw on this one is it has like a small chipped corner, but everything else is clean about it. There's like no whitening, if any at all, and there's no scratches. So I'm okay with it, because me finding another one of these like raw that's not in the dual disc is not very easy. But as you can see, it's pretty clean besides the little corner up there. So to me, it's fine. Like, it kind of just reminds me of a Euro corner. That's basically what it is. Like, it's not bent or anything. It's just like a little chipped. It's basically the same as having a Euro corner. But as you can see, I used the microfiber cloth, and I was able to get rid of that stuff that was on there before. It was just like a line of like maybe like factory dust or whatever it was. But as you can see, like, it comes in clutch. Like, it really does. Like, it's nice. Yeah, you can literally buy any microfiber cloth, really. I don't think there's really a difference between like quality or like a certain brand or anything. It's really just pretty much as long as it's a microfiber cloth, just some lukewarm water, like I said earlier, and it's pretty good. But yeah, this card's borderline not acceptable. Maybe I can change it out at some point, but even if I don't, it's pretty hard to get a hold of, because there's that one, and then later on, I don't have it, but there's a one with Burst Inatrix that's just the same way. Except the Burst Inatrix is not a dual disc promo. It's like a DVD promo. And that was the only way. It's like the only way you could get the alt art forms of these in Japan is you had to either buy the dual disc for Avian, you had to buy the sealed DVD for a Duel Masters guide in Japan, for the GX version, and then the Sparkman was in the starter deck, kind of like how we had it in America, except it was not an ultra rare. It was just like a plain common, if I'm not mistaken. So that was the only way. Excuse me. Yeah, guys, I've been talking for almost an hour straight, which is kind of crazy, but we're almost there. We're almost to the end of this video, so I'm just gonna keep going. Avian here. So like I said, this is where we got it in LCGX. This is one that I pulled pack fresh, so I know it's clean. I was actually very fortunate enough to open enough LCGX to pull all of these all art secrets myself, which wasn't actually my main goal. I mostly just wanted the cybers. And just kind of speaking about LCGX, I don't have much more left to collect out of that set. There's just a few cards that are evading me, man. Like freaking Neos Wiseman card literally doesn't exist, which is the reason why it's decently expensive from that set. Because if you don't want that, you have to buy the secret rare from Crossroads of Chaos. Was it that one? The Crossroads, or was another set? Whatever 5D set it was in. But what do we got here? Okay, we got Premium Pack 8 for Cinetrix. I forget if this one was clean enough for the binder. I know it has like that little white speck up there. I think I actually tried to remove it with the cloth. Excuse me. Let's see. Oh, I think I see some scratches. Sometimes it's hard for you guys to tell because like they barely show up, but like I can, like right there at that moment, I was like looking at it. Yeah, I was like, nah, it barely doesn't make it. It barely doesn't make it. It was close. It was getting close, but sadly not going to make it. So yeah, we're basically moving on to, this is now what I consider the, oh my God, I'm like losing my mind. Like you can see, I can't even put it in. I have to count. The reason why I'm separating some of these spaces is because I know they came out with some stuff in some of the recent modern sets with like quarter century heroes. And I can't remember if that's actually a thing or not. This binder might not even be spaced out perfectly, but at this point, I just want to get it decently in order with everything re-sleeved. And then if I need to rearrange it a different time, I will. But it's kind of hard figuring out if I want to collect some of this modern stuff because I need a point to stop, which I kind of talked about earlier. Is like, Konami keeps reprinting all the same artworks and stuff, but it's like a different rarity. And people are like, bro, you're gonna get this card, you're gonna get this card. And I'm like, I mean, I could, but it's like then it's just never ending because we know Konami's never gonna stop. Like they're just always gonna print the same stuff over and over again. So I need a stopping point. And I think my stopping point with all my binders, literally from this video, from when you watch this video, which I know is really long, but I hope you guys enjoy the hour-long video. Like if it's good background noise for you and you're just listening, looking at some stuff, that's all I hope is you guys are able to appreciate it and just kind of know what I've been up to. But basically where I'm stopping collecting everything is quarter century. Like literally, if once quarter, I'm pretty sure quarter century's done. I'm pretty sure it's done now, right? Is it not? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't done. But quarter century done. No matter what comes out from this point, unless it's like a freaking ghost rare cyber end dragon, which I don't think that'll happen. And to be honest, it's going to be in new card stock. Like I probably won't even care. Like I legit look at like ghosts from the past, like cyber dragon, and it really don't be hitting. Like I'm not gonna lie, to me it doesn't hit. Like it's not the same. So like that would probably be like the only card, or like some crazy hero card like Shining Flare or like something like that. That's where I'm stopping is quarter century, because after this, like I just need a stopping point, bro. Like I need a stopping point because if stuff keeps coming out and I'm like, oh, I gotta make room in the binder, or they made this card a new rarity, I gotta get it. Like it'll legit never end. So I gotta just cut it off and just tell myself like, hey, you don't need that. You don't need that. I guess talking about some of these little writing things that I have here. Some of these are like things for Mattel cards for a lot of these heroes, which if those spots are blank, I honestly wouldn't care. Like some of that stuff is so rare. And like if I'm buying a Mattel, I'm buying it sealed and with the card in it, and I'm never opening it. So it's those spots will probably be empty and I would be okay with that. But they're there just in case. I know I've seen a lot of sales for Mattel stuff, and I know specifically a dude on Instagram, and he makes me want to ruin my whole financial life, dude. And like how I'm already telling you guys, like I'm taking a break and focusing on other things because he has had so much crazy sealed Mattel stuff with the cards. And if there's anything else I want in my GX collection, it's like sealed Mattel stuff. Like literally that would just set me more apart in my collection, just having some of that stuff. But I have been, while the rarity itself is worth like being like buy it now, think about the money later. I feel like I'm proud of myself for not like caving in and getting it as much as it would be so worth it. Just because like I probably know some of the people who bought them, and like I could probably get around to asking them to sell them eventually, maybe. Like I guess everybody has a price point at some point, but I would hope that I could be able to still obtain those like later on in my collecting goals. But yeah, we're getting near the end. You guys can see the Sparkman. It was some Speed Duel promo. Like I do have some Speed Duel stuff, but I don't know where I got that from. It was nothing crazy. Like it was some Speed Duel promo. So it's like it's not like a crazy card. Oh yeah, so like right here, you can see that I miscounted because I was trying to make some space. Like I said, because I don't remember what all came out for 20th century, like the quarter century. I keep saying 20th century. Well, guys, I'm losing my mind. Like it's already been an hour and like 8 minutes. I've just been straight talking about the quarter century. I don't remember what all came out for like heroes. And I know there's also like the chibi versions of some of these hero stuff. Like I think there's like that Neos. I don't think I'm gonna get it. I think that's just it's cool and I like the concept, but just to keep my collection condensed, I'm not gonna do it because that, like I just said earlier, would go against the thing of having a stopping point. Because if I don't have a stopping point, then the goal will never be completed, and Konami's just gonna keep reprinting. So there's no point. But I just miscounted because I wasn't sure what all was already going to be printed there. So I'm just making extra room just in case. But we're narrowing the last like 7 minutes of this video. I'm literally just watching it right now while I'm like talking through the mic. Oh yeah, this is a really cool card. And I just found out, unfortunately though, I was like, I'm gonna sleeve this bad boy up. He's gonna be good. It's not quite in the condition, unless I think I could probably get some stuff off of it with the microfiber cloth, but I didn't try it in this video. But these parallel cards, man, are actually going to be pretty difficult to find. Hey, that actually looks pretty clean. Did I not sleeve that? What did I see wrong with it? I'm literally looking at it right now. Like I can tell I'm looking at it like myself, and I'm trying to look at. Dang, I put it back in the sleeve. I might need to relook at that again or try and see if I can wipe some stuff off. But those cards are going to be tough. I have a video on my channel if you guys want to check it out. It's called Vendor Cards. So basically, if I give a short synopsis, like while we only got like Clayman as a common in like TLM, in Japan they had these little like gachas, which I've talked about before. Like in America, when you hear gacha, you think things like freaking, oh god, why I lose my why why did I lose my train of thought? Like gacha games and stuff. Like, oh my god, why can't I even think of the names of some gacha games? Okay, I'm losing my mind. I can't think right now. But you think of like gacha games and stuff, but we took the word from Japan. So like gachas are originally like the little like, think of like going to the movie theater and you see like the little capsules things where you twist the knob and you get like a little capsule ball and like a prize. That's what they are. And basically they had those type of machines back in the day where they printed out the parallel versions of some of those commons in the set, and they were only exclusive for certain sets. I think it went only up to Force of the Breaker. So like literally the Crystal Beasts and stuff were some of the last ones to get them, but they're super hard to find because those machines don't exist anymore and they're just gone, and they don't make them. Like it's not like you can't just open up a box of TLM and pull those cards from it. Like you had to get it from the machine. So like whatever's out there is out there. So like finding them in good condition is not easy at all. So those are going to be some like pretty hefty cards. Like some of them are expensive. Like when I was in Japan, that ruby car, like I saw a ruby carbuncle in one of the stores. And at first at the time, I didn't realize what it was. So I was like, dude, why are they selling it for like $200? Like it's just a parallel. And I finally realized what it actually was. Like, oh dang, like that's sick. Like now I get why, especially that card, because it's like the last set that it came from. But yeah, so those are gonna be hard to get. As you can see here, guys, I took the microfiber cloth. I wiped off all of that like gunk, like little dot dust stuff. I even like cleaned it up just a little more. There's like some stuff you can see on the right. I'm pretty sure I take the cloth and get some of it off, or I like blow it off or something. But yeah, like that was probably the best surgery that we did today on this Neos, because this card is clean. It's not a single scratch, nothing. It's just literally the fact that it had all of that gunk on there. This is a promo from one of the sealed oh, what's it called? It's like a magazine like game guide book for World Championship, I'm pretty sure is where this one comes out of. And so yeah, like it's really clean. It had all that dust and stuff on there. But now it's actually clean. We are literally wrapping up to the end of the video, guys. So we end off with Neos in the video. So I got to Neos and I was like, okay, this video's long enough. I probably should have cut it off sooner. But there's just one specific card that I wanted you guys to see, which you've already seen, but just seeing it actually have a home in the binder was really nice. But what's up next? I think, okay, yeah, so up next we have the tin promo, which I was very happy with because this one was pack fresh. Yeah, I still need like a pack fresh one of like the Cyber Dragon, man, from the tin, but I haven't found anybody who's like just opened it and kept the promo and it be in good condition. And I really don't want to buy a tin and open it because it's such a waste of money. Like I don't care about opening the unlimited packs in there. And like it just, to me, it wouldn't be worth like trying to like open a tin just for the card and then try and sell the packs, because it just, money wise, it just doesn't make sense. So unless there's somebody who like genuinely wants to open the pack, like open the tin and open the packs, and I can just swipe the promo from them, like that'd be like the only way. Oh god, I didn't put that piece of paper back, but that's okay. All right, so here, guys, we're gonna see the end of the video. I slide in a little dual terminal paper there. So what that means is Where that paper is going to be the Japanese version. But then right here we have the dual terminal preview that we got in the one mail day. I think it's the most recent video on the channel once before this one goes up. And just for the sake of the video, I showed it off again, even though I really didn't want to pull it out because I knew it was clean and I just don't want to risk anything to this card. But guys, this is a huge card for the collection. Like, there is even a part of me, as much as I've said I don't like grading, that I would love to send this in because it is actually just perfect. There is literally nothing wrong with this card, not a single scratch. It is actually like well centered, which, you know, a lot of my cards in my collection, they could easily get 9s for everything, or like they would get 10s, except for the fact that they're just, I don't care about centering. But there is literally nothing wrong with that card. Like, it is so clean. Like, I was even double checking it just to make sure I didn't like damage it taking it out, dude. Like, I'm so scared. It's never getting taken out again. This is the last time I'll ever see this card naked, and the last time you guys will ever see it like just naked raw. Like, it's staying in there. But yeah, that was basically where I cut it off. I was like, okay, I at least want to make it to where I can put that card in the binder and just not have it sit around in my little collection area in the top loader. But that's pretty much the end of the video, guys. I did not realize I recorded for like an hour and 20 minutes, and I just talked for an hour and 20 minutes straight. I think if I had this much ability to talk in like 7th grade when I did like a speech project, dude, I think I would have freaking aced that shit. But it wasn't about Yu-Gi-Oh, so there's no way. But you guys can see the current progress. There's way more cards to cover. This is just as far as I made it before I ran out of sleeves, honestly, and before the video got way too long. If you guys want to see a second part to this, please let me know, because I will do something like this if I have enough topics to talk about in the time to make it. But I need to get some more sleeves first, but that is a decent amount in the video. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, I will catch you guys later. Make sure you let me know if you guys want to see more.